Hey guys, definitely been a little bit since we've seen each other or you guys have heard my voice. First of all, I hope you guys are staying well. I know it's been very, very bizarre and very confusing during this time, kind of not really knowing what's happening, what the expectations are moving forward with remote learning. So my plan for this video is to upload one of these every week just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it is that you are expected to do for that week, and it can also provide a reference point for something for you to look back on if you ever need to hear directions again for what we're going to be doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of give you a week at a glance, give you guys an idea of what the week looks like, give you an intro to remote learning, and then I will flip over to Google Classroom where I will show you what that will look like each week as well. Okay, so we are still learning in terms of remote learning as teachers as well. So the biggest thing that I can just ask you guys is to just be flexible with us. So with that being said, you will be getting this plan that you see on the screen here every Monday by 9 a.m. Okay, it will look different from teacher to teacher, but you will be getting the plan for the week by 9 a.m. on Mondays. Okay, all of that work that is on that sheet will be due the following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So for week one, all of the materials are going to be due, turned in to Google Classroom by April 5th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, you do have the entire week to complete those remote learning activities. What I recommend is sticking to the schedule. So do Monday's activities on Monday, Tuesday's activities on Tuesday. Don't wait until 11:50 or 8 o'clock on April 5th to get things done, because you're going to be super stressed. Something might not happen or might not work, and you want to make sure you have that time to get it in. Okay. Now, all of these assignments I will show you later, but they will be uploaded to Google Classroom, and that is where you will complete your digital work and then turn it in. Okay. One other thing I wanted to mention about this process is that I will be holding office hours on a thing, I guess, I don't know, like a platform called Zoom, and also Google Hangouts. Okay, so we will have office hours every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 11, and then 1 to 2. Just something to note though, guys, is I am not allowed, and no teacher is allowed to have office hours just one-on-one with you guys. That's a liability concern. So what I will be doing, and some of you may know her, I will be holding joint office hours with Mrs. Pavley. So when you log in to Zoom or Google Hangouts or whatever we decide to use for that day, you will be seeing myself, but also her as well. That's just to keep, you know, kind of us safe as educators. I hope you guys understand. But that's going to be kind of the setup. You can also feel free to email me. I have linked my email on this sheet as well. Okay. So let's get started with an overview of week one. Week one is really about finishing up the Cold War. So the first thing that we're going to do on Monday is you will watch the video that I'm currently talking about, and then there is a check-in form that I'm going to have us do each week. I think it's really, really important that I'm not only checking in with you guys academically, but also personally. This is a very weird time. We're stuck in quarantine. It's a time of confusion and uncertainty. So I just want to check in and see how you guys are doing specifically, and just touch base on that. So you will do that on Monday. And then on Monday as well, you can see that our second task is to review past content. So I have created a quizzes, which is like a Kahoot, but you do it on your own, homework assignment, and you will complete that on Monday for credit as well. And I've posted the link as well as the join code on here. Tuesday, we're going to start with a reflection on the nuclear arms race, which is the topic we finished with before spring break and all of this craziness happened. So there is a student sheet that I've linked here that you will complete and turn into Google Classroom. Something to note is that if you are interested, on Tuesday, we will have a world history drop-in question time session that will have most of the world history teachers. Myself and then a couple of others have decided to get together to do this with you guys. Even if you just want to see a familiar face, to drop in and say, hey, you don't have a question, you just want to see a familiar face, maybe your friends will drop in. So that will be available for you guys on Tuesdays from 10 to 11. And then I've also posted the Google Hangout link here. Wednesday's topic is the Cuban Missile Crisis. So you will be doing some video notes and then completing a simulation on the Cuban Missile Crisis. On here, I've linked the video notes, the handout, as well as the website that you will use to complete that. And I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. Thursday's topic is China's Cultural Revolution, where you will again do some video notes. I've linked those here, and you will complete a document analysis as well. Okay. Friday's a little different. Instead of doing traditional video notes, you will be going to a website called Edpuzzle, and I will link that in Google Classroom. And this is an online platform that actually allows us to embed questions into the video that you guys will answer as you watch. And this particular lecture is going to be on the end of the Cold War, looking at the downfall of the Soviet Union. So that is the first thing you will do. And then the second task you have is to complete a reading on the fall of the Berlin Wall and then answer questions that you will then turn into Google Classroom. Okay. Ultimately, guys, anything that you are typing on, anything that you do in Google Classroom, make sure you hit that turn in button so that way you get the credit for it. Okay. And I will show you guys what that looks like here now. So let's transition. Oops, sorry. Let's transition to Google Classroom. So this is what the topic will look like under classwork. Okay. What you will see first is that I have posted that remote learning overview, this thing. That is going to be first. That will be posted every week, so you always have reference to that as well. Okay. Now, you will then notice that each day is broken down into the activities that are assigned to it. So for example, Monday, I will post this video here. There will be the weekly check-in form that looks like this. There are a couple pages. And then you will also notice that the quizzes link is here as well for you to review that past content. And then if you get stuck, I've also posted that join code. Okay, so that's Monday. Tuesday, you will see again that there is the agenda. So you're going to be completing this nuclear arms race reflection. One thing that I want to notice or want to point out, guys, is that if you are ever typing in one of these documents, please type in something other than black. That's going to make my life a lot easier. You don't necessarily have to do it in like red like I did here, but it's just something that I can read that stands out pretty quickly other than black. Okay, so this is your nuclear arms race reflection. You're going to be testing and seeing some of those nuclear weapons during the Cold War and then analyzing some political cartoons. Okay, and then you will turn that into Google Classroom. And then I have also linked in the Google Hangout for that world history specific session from 10 to 11. Wednesday, you will see that I've posted the YouTube link for the video notes that you will complete on this handout here. Okay. So the notes will go in the top section here, and then the second piece of this activity, you will actually be taking doing a simulation on the Cuban Missile Crisis. So you will go through the simulation as all three players of that crisis, and then you will answer some reflection questions at the end and turn that into Google Classroom. I have also linked in the website that you will use for the simulation. It's also linked on the sheet, but if you forget where it is, I've also linked that, and this will take you exactly to where you need to go to complete that simulation. Thursday, as I said, is the Cultural Revolution, so you will watch these video notes to complete this handout first, where you will see, in a moment, the notes, and then underneath the notes, you have your documents to read and the questions to answer along with those, as well as the summary questions. Okay, so make sure to turn that in when you are finished. And then Friday, here are a couple of things. I've posted the Edpuzzle where you will go and log in. Guys, please be sure to log in with your ohlsd.org email, because otherwise I won't know that you actually did it. I've uploaded the Google Classroom into it, so once you log on with your Google email, it should work, but please make sure you're doing your ohlsd.org email, okay? So that is the Edpuzzle. I've also linked in the article for you to read, as well as the questions that you will then answer for the reading as well, okay? And then you will answer those and turn this into Google Classroom. Now, something optional, I know, you guys might be looking for something to do during quarantine. This is completely optional. You do not have to watch this. But the World History teachers found something really cool that's actually a virtual reality visit of the Berlin Wall. So you can go virtually to see the Berlin Wall, take a look at some of those escape plans. People got really creative when it came to moving from East Berlin to the West. So it's about 28 minutes. It's pretty long. You don't have to watch it, but if you're looking for something to do and enrich your learning on the end of the Cold War, this is something I highly recommend. Okay, so that is it for the overview and the intro to remote learning week 1. If you have any questions, make sure to email me, stop in during some of those office hours if you wish, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.